Hey YouTube, here's another video for how to reduce your monthly costs on personal cloud storage, whether it be iCloud, Amazon Cloud, Google Cloud. This is your own personal cloud that you can create by yourself. As you can see, the problem with iCloud is that it keeps going up for more storage that you have. They have you roped in at that first little bit, and then as you want more storage, you have to pay more. It's the same with Amazon, that you pay more for the storage that you want. You pay monthly, yearly, and it keeps going up according to storage. And Google is the same way, that we keep accumulating storage, so we'll keep having to pay money. This is my solution for your personal storage that you wouldn't have to keep investing all that. It's called a disk station. It's made by a company called Synology. That you simply type in a username and password on a server that you own, that you keep in your house, and it gives you a full layout of your own personal cloud and your own personal media. I'll give you a tour of the disk station. You have your notices over here where you can search your disk station, your options, and this is where you can come in and change some things and make things customizable for yourself. You can change the color of your background, just kind of like a standard desktop kind of thing. It's all based on a Linux operating system, and it's pretty simple in your user interface. So as you can see here, you can change these options, make your background pretty and whatever, but this is the real guts of it, is the control panel. This is where you can come in and you can control different options inside of this disk station. For an example, if you want it in a Windows group, then you type in your whatever your work group name is. If you want it in an Apple group, then this is where you come into your Apple services and you can enable it for a Mac. So this is cross-platform, whether it be Windows, whether it be Mac, whether it be Ubuntu or any kind of Linux operating systems. This will do the trick to store and back up all your media. If you decide that you would like to create an FTP server to host files and things of that nature to your friends or family, then this can be done with the disk station as well. It has all the features that a normal computer has, but with the emphasis on serving your files out. So this is how to access the web DAV, in other words known as this little desktop that we're looking at, from anywhere in the world, so you can get into your cloud and see what's going on with it. Just like any operating system server, you can set up here your users. You come in here to create your users, edit them, give them password privileges, etc. You come in here, for an example, we'll create a user, give them an email, give them a password, let them create their own password. You can send out the email to them and grant them access to your disk station, and thus have your own personal cloud and not have to pay for Amazon or Google or the iCloud services. And these will work on both your Android phones and also your Apple devices, as they come with their own respective Synology apps. So that's just a quick overview of the users. You can come in here and enable how much storage they have. You can enable their password security, whether they can change it or not. There's so many things that are customizable in here. You can change their groups, whether you want them to be an administrator or a user, and the privileges set up therein. So you can give them access to read and write. You can give them access to read only. So if you want to share your files out to the internet but you don't want them to change them, that's a good way to go. These are your shared files on your disk station that you come in here and you can change the different files that are shared out, the different folders that you want other people to see, and how it'll be shared out. So this is a directory services. It's more for admin stuff, not really something that I use too much. This is the web station, where you can enable your own web service. You can enable your own personal website. You can enable SQL, which is web languages, PHP services, HTTP services, so you could essentially host your own website from your own server and not have to pay your fees to GoDaddy or other people that would host a website. So what I did here was change the HTTP port, meaning that it gives you access to your server, as most cable companies block the 80 port, so this allows you to come in with a different port to be able to configure your system. So that'll give you a basic tour of your web services. A lot of this is more stuff than you could ever get into, but it's just a brief overview of what the Synology has capabilities of doing. It has capabilities of going DDNS. This is your quick cloud, where you can enable it to go to different services and sync up with your PC, your Mac, and have all your documents sync up. That's their cloud storage. So this is where you can set up your own router inside of your cloud storage and get your ports forwarded to be able to be viewed to the outside world, such as the internet, and be able to access your Synology disk station from anywhere in the world. Now that comes with a few security questions saying, hey, you know, what about people have access to my Synology or my server? This system comes built in with a firewall that you can tweak and update any ways that you see fit. One of their great services that they offer is an IP blocker, where you can block somebody trying to hack into your system. You just simply check the box and click that you don't want them to have access to your system by clicking how many times they can access it. So for the example here, if you want to block people from hacking into your system, you say, you know, they could only log in twice or whatever, and you can manage your block list, enable blocks. I mean, it comes with a lot of built-in security features to keep hackers out of your system. So you just simply enable that, and it would block people from hacking your system. So there's your IP block. You have your terminal window where you can get into the system and run admin rights and things of that nature. I don't really use that system, haven't got into it too much. This is your SNMP services. This is your network, where it tells you exactly what's going on your network and your IP addresses and things of that nature. You can set up tunnels such as VPNs and a whole bunch of things that are for IT professionals. This is how you set up your login window, that it gives you the option for different windows that you have to set up, different colors, backgrounds, etc. Just all customizable features. So here you have your regional settings, where you can set it to your time zone, etc. Notification settings. This is where you can come in and enable email notifications for people trying to hack into your system. You can enable SMS notifications, meaning push notifications for your phone, whether it be Android or iPhone. It works with both of them, and it works with their apps that they provide. I'll give a more in-depth tour of the apps later in my videos, as they provide so many different things, such as a surveillance station, a photo station, an audio station, a DS file to manage all your files. And this is where you can come into your power options and configure your power to wake on LAN, things of that nature, and enable UPS support. Schedule a time that you would like your disk station to boot up, and if you want it to shut down every day, then you can have it daily and come in here, and you can have it for your business where it doesn't run on the weekends. These are your external backup drives. These are if you wanted to restore your disk station to factory defaults. This is how you get updates from DSM or the Synology company, as they send you updates over the air. This is your application manager and your application privileges for the different users. Like I said, this is like an audio access if you wanted to enable audio for your people to listen to their audio music. This is a VPN, where you can create a virtual private network for your people to access your things on your computers in your office. You can enable an iTunes server and have your media streamed out throughout your house, and that can be done for photos, videos, and music. And so this is the network backup, where you can back up your Synology to another backup and have your system fully protected from any kind of failures in backup. Now the way I have my Synology station set up is I have it in a RAID configuration where it mirrors the drives onto each other so that I don't lose any data. This is a demo of the applications that they offer. They offer a download station, an audio station, media servers, antivirus, iTunes servers. As I stated before, the surveillance station is something I use quite frequently. The cloud stations, so it syncs up all your documents across all your platforms. And thus concludes my tutorial of the Synology station. This is a personal cloud for you and saving you money every month.